Hey there, friends. Have you ever wondered, what if a little mouse could fly? Can a tiny creature with big dreams do the impossible? Today's story is about courage, belief, and chasing a dream no one believed in. Get ready for a magical journey with The Flying Mouse. The beginning of a dream. In a quiet village surrounded by green hills and whispering trees, lived a family of mice under a giant walnut tree. The youngest of them was a curious little mouse named Zizo. Now, Zizo wasn't the strongest or the fastest mouse, but he had something rare and powerful, a wild imagination and a heart full of dreams. Every day, he would look up at the birds soaring across the sky and sigh. Look at them, so free, so high. One day I'll fly too. The other mice would laugh and shake their heads. Zizo, you silly mouse, mice don't fly, we dig, we hide, we run. But Zizo wasn't joking. His dream wasn't just a game. It was a mission. The first attempt. One bright morning, Zizo sneaked into the forest nearby. He gathered large leaves, thin sticks, and string he found near an old abandoned cabin. He sat under his favorite tree, crafting carefully with tiny paws. Wings. Big, green wings tied with string. He looked at them proudly and said, "Today is the day I fly." Zizo climbed the tallest hill in the village, strapped the wings to his back, and jumped. Whoosh! He spun through the air and landed right in a muddy pile of leaves. The mice watching from below burst out laughing. Zizo the bird, more like Zizo the dirt ball. But Zizo wasn't discouraged. He smiled, shook off the leaves, and whispered, "Not today, but soon. Try, and try again." The next few days were full of crashes. Day 1, he hit a tree. Day 5, his wings tore in the wind. Day 10, he got stuck upside down in a bush. But every time he failed, Zizo came back stronger, smarter, and more determined. Some mice began to stop laughing. They watched from a distance, curious. Could he actually fly? The turning point. On the 21st day, the sky was cloudy and a soft wind was blowing. Zizo tied on his newest version of the wings. Lighter, stronger, better balanced. He looked at the hill, then at the sky, and said, "Today feel different." He climbed once more, the mice gathered below. He opened his wings, and just as he leaped, a strong gust of wind lifted him. He didn't fall. He floated. Then he soared. The flight. Zizo glided through the air. Over the trees, over the village, the world looked so small from above. Birds flew beside him, surprised. Zizo shouted with joy, "I'm flying! I'm really flying!" Down below, mice jumped and cheered. "He's flying! Zizo is flying!" Tears filled the eyes of some of the older mice. They had never seen anything like it. The return. When Zizo finally landed gently back on the ground, the mice ran toward him. "How did you do it? How did you fly?" Zizo smiled, still catching his breath. "It started with a dream. Then came the work. Then came the falls. But I never stopped believing. And I never gave up." From that day on, Zizo was no longer just the silly mouse with crazy ideas. He became known as the Flying Mouse. And something changed in the village. Young mice started to dream. They built things, imagined things, asked questions. And whenever someone said, "You can't," they'd whisper, "But Zizo did." Dear friends, Zizo didn't have magic powers. He wasn't born special. He just had a dream, and the will to try again and again. So, what's the lesson? Don't let others tell you what's possible. Your wings are your courage and your belief in yourself. And even if you fall, get back up, because your sky is waiting. If you enjoyed The Flying Mouse, don't forget to click like, share this story with someone who has a big dream, and subscribe to our channel for more magical stories full of adventure, fun, and inspiration. See you next time in the sky.